Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Lauren Kruger. I am the Director of Sales Operations for IFMA, and I will be talking to you today about giving yourself the gift of learning. I am joining you from Stavanger, Norway. I would love to hear where the rest of you are tuning in from. Typically, we have people from all over the world. We have people that join from Singapore, from Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, people from Europe, people from the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. So I'd love to see where you're joining us from. Um, And then again, my name is Kruger. I'm the Director of Sales Operations for IFMA. I've been with IFMA for about 10 years now. So I started in the membership department and am now with the professional development sales department. So if you have any questions at all today about membership or upcoming events or anything at all, I am happy to answer any of those questions on call. This should be probably around like 20 minutes. We have plenty of time at the end for additional questions as well. I know we typically get a lot of questions asking about your background experience and what path might be the best option for you. So I'm happy to talk through some of that on this call today as well. And I want to mention that IFMA has a number of regional representatives. On the screen, you'll see Lara Payman, who's the managing director for IFMA EMEA. So that's Europe, Middle East, and Africa. We have Cece Dai, who's the managing director for IFMA China, and Mahender Singh, who's the director for IFMA India. So all three of these IFMA representatives will be happy to also help you out with any questions you have on membership or sponsorships for your company in the region. They are the individuals to get in contact with. Okay. All right. So IFMA, if you are not familiar with IFMA, we are the International Facility Management Association, and our vision is to lead the future of the built environment to make the world a better place. And our mission is to advance our collective knowledge, value, and growth for facility management professionals to perform at the highest level. IFMA has been around for more than 40 years, so we are the leading expert in the industry. We have 139 chapters globally, and so those chapters are going to be physical representations of IFMA in your local city. So if typically there are a number of members in a city that have formed a chapter, and those members will get together monthly for educational sessions, networking, events. So it's a way to meet other professionals as well as other service providers that are local to your city. So it is very likely you have a chapter in a city near you. I see we have some people joining us from India, which we have 3 chapters in India. So there are likely a chapter near you. I see we have someone joining from Ghana. There is also a chapter in Accra in Ghana. So it is very likely there is a chapter near you. It's a great way to get involved, and I would definitely look to see if there is one near you. We also have more than 22,000 members in more than 100 countries. So we are truly a global organization with representatives from many countries around the world. And you see we have some snow on the back of our eyes here for the winter season for those in the northern hemisphere. I am in Norway, and we do have snow on our ground, but for those that are in some of the warmer climates, it's likely you do not have snow on your ground. So when we talk about 2023, what are your goals for yourself, for your career? We have asked this survey on our LinkedIn channel, and this is kind of a what you call a Wordle of what some of the answers were from individuals who responded to that survey. So you'll see the one that is in bold, earn the FMP. This is what many had mentioned were the top options for the year. So that's the facility management professional, and we will talk about that in the later slides. Some other things people mentioned were becoming more proficient in FM, get internationally certified, get an FM job, taking their career to the next level. So everyone seems to be kind of along the same page of wanting to take the next step in their career, wanting to invest in themselves and in their education. So we are going to talk about all of this on this presentation today. So invest in yourself. As you plan for your goals for 2023, you will want to consider upskilling. So we will talk through all of the courses that IFMA offers to help you upskill your knowledge. You may want to become an expertise to get a competitive advantage. What are you the person that everyone is coming to, that they have questions and you have all the answers? Maybe it's time to look at some overall training for your organization. If you are, the expert when it comes to the FM questions within your organization, maybe it's time to look at training for the rest of the employees in the organization. Building confidence in your abilities. If you just want to have something that shows that, yes, you have mastered these FM skills, we have credentials that help do that for you that say, yes, you've mastered these skills, and yes, you are the person who has certified in all 11 competencies. And then you may want to fill gaps of knowledge. Maybe a credential isn't what you're looking to add to your toolkit, but maybe you're looking at just filling in some gaps in your knowledge within the FM competencies. So we have courses for you to help you understand your gaps and a course to fill them. So one thing to look at if you have not already done so, IFMA does offer a career compass. This is a very short survey that just asks, what is your experience? How many years of experience do you have? Do you have any credentials already? What is your education level? And from that, it will say a credential or a path that may be best for you. So as a starting line to help you understand maybe where you fall in the spectrum of IFMA's courses, and to help you understand what you should be looking more into to understand if this is indeed the right path for you. So this is a great tool to just get a baseline of maybe where to look at. And then once you've taken that career compass, maybe you want to understand more specifically what courses do you need out of IFMA's course catalog. We do have many courses on our catalog that you can look at to help fill knowledge gaps or gain additional upskilling. And so this is a self-assessment tool that IFMA offers. It is very reasonably priced to help you understand where your gaps are in the 11 competencies that IFMA has defined. And so in the next slide, I will mention what those 11 competencies are. But this is a survey to help you understand where your gaps are. It is very intensive. It is over 300 questions, and it goes into each of the 11 competencies as well as the sub-competencies within each one. And so it's going to ask you a question of where is your knowledge and experience within each of the questions. So it may be from 0 to no experience at all, to you have some awareness, you have a limited experience, maybe you're intermediate, you have some application that you've done with it, or you're an advanced or expert recognized authority. So you're going to rank yourself within each of these questions. After this, you've completed this survey. You do not have to do it all in one sitting. You can save it and come back to it. It is 300 questions, so we understand FMs are very busy and you may not have time to complete it in one sitting. You can save it and return to it at a later time. But once you've completed it, it will create a report to tell you where your gaps are in the 11 competencies, and then it will suggest a course that IFMA offers to help you fill those gaps. As you go through this survey, you can also highlight certain competencies that you may want to prioritize. So if you know you're looking for an upcoming promotion in 2023 and you need more knowledge in, let's say, communications or leadership and strategy, when it comes to certain questions on when it gets to that competency, you can favorite that as a priority for you. So if there are gaps you have in your priorities that you want to look at, it can recommend those courses for you first before filling other knowledge gaps. So this is a very helpful tool for you, and it is something that you will have access to for the remainder of your career as long as IFMA keeps this available. So this is something that you can continue to come back to. So once you've completed a course that maybe it suggests, you can come back to this survey and it will know that you have completed that course, and then you can retake the survey to see where else you may have gaps and what other courses it may recommend for you. So this is an extremely helpful tool for you now as well as in the future for your career. It's at a very reasonable price. It is going to be 25 US dollars for full members of IFMA. So this is something that will $25 to quickly invest in your future to help you, in your throughout your lifetime to understand where your gaps are, what other courses you may want to pursue to continue with your knowledge in facility management. So you've heard me mention the 11 core competencies of facility management. And for those of you who are not aware, what you see us using FM quite a bit. FM can refer to facility management. It can also refer to the individual, the facility manager. So I'll try to differentiate which one I am talking about in my slides. But this is going to be the 11 core competencies of facility management. So IFMA conducts a global job task analysis. This is a global survey that we send out to practicing facility managers around the world. We ask them what their daily tasks, what their job roles are, and from that feedback, we have subject matter experts, so individuals who have been in the FM industry, so the facility management industry, for many, many years. And they look through this feedback and they have defined, these experts, the 11 core competencies that make up the body of knowledge for a facility manager. So these competencies are what a facility manager should pursue knowledge and upskilling in order to be proficient in their job role. So you can see on the screen, finance and business, leadership and strategy, project management, operations and maintenance, occupancy and human factors, communication, sustainability, real estate, performance and quality, risk management, and facility information management and technology management. So that last one's a mouthful. So the first credential that we will be talking about is the FMP, the Facility Management Professional. So this is going to be made up of 4 of those 11 competencies. And these 4 are foundational competencies for any practicing facility manager. So from that job task analysis, the subject matter experts determined that these 4 competencies were critical to perform a facility management role in any company. So these 4 competencies are what you should be very knowledgeable in order to be successful in your job, to be proficient in your career. So the FMP is made up of these 4 competency courses, and it's going to solidify your foundation of FM, so facility management knowledge. The FMP is all online. This is not an exam that you need to schedule and sit to pass this credential. This is all online. You can learn at your own pace. The program includes chapters, the digital content, chapter quizzes. There are flashcards for you to study the FM terms. There are case studies for you to review actual scenarios in a facility to help you understand how to apply these competencies to your facility. And then at the end of each one of these competencies is a final assessment. And this is an online final assessment that you get when you purchase this FMP program. So each one has a different number of questions and it is timed. So once you pass the final assessment for each one of these courses, then you are eligible to apply for the FMP credential. So there are 4 final assessments in total that you must pass and complete before you can apply to become an FMP. We offer optional virtual online learning. These are conducted through IFMA headquarters as well as IFMA's partners, our education training affiliates. And I will mention a little bit more about them at the end of this presentation. And then you also receive CEUs for each one of these individual courses. So if you have a credential from another organization and are looking to maintain that credential or certification, IFMA's courses can be a way for you to also use these CEUs to maintain your certifications in other organizations. And I should mention that when you have the FMP credential, you have it for life. There is no maintenance on this credential. Once you complete it, you have the credential for life. The next one is the SFP, the Sustainability Facility Professional. So this credential was just recently updated from the previous job task analysis that IFMA conducted. So this content is brand new, it's refreshed, and it's going to include concepts that are happening now. So circular economy, ESGs, SDGs. So this is a very relevant credential for facility managers today. And this is to help you develop unique sustainability strategies for any facility in any industry. And this is going to maximize your facility's efficiency in energy, water, materials and consumables, waste management, and workplace management. Now, there is no eligibility requirements for the SFP, but we do like to say that you should have at least 1 years of experience within facility management because the SFP is going to build on those foundational competencies that we just talked about in the previous slide. So you do have to have a level of experience and understanding in operations and maintenance, leadership and strategy, finance and business, and project management in order to help you work through this program faster. If you have that basic understanding and those foundational competencies, then this is going to build upon that. So it is going to focus on, those concepts that you learn in O&M, but going to build upon those competencies within that sustainable strategy. You also earn CEUs when you go through this credential. And again, it is lifelong. So once you attain the SFP, then you have it for life. There is no maintenance. And we do also offer virtual learning labs. This is group study. This is optional. This is to help you work through the program. And these learning labs are very interactive. So you do need to come prepared for each class in order to get the most out of the interactions that you have with the other individuals in the class as well as the instructor. And then the pinnacle certification IFMA offers is the Certified Facility Manager, the CFM. So the CFM is the mark of an established facility professional, and the CFM certification demonstrates your knowledge in the 11 core competencies of facility management. So the CFM exam is going to test your knowledge on all 11 competencies that make up the facility management body of knowledge. This is a certification, so this is an exam that you have to schedule and sit for. There are eligibility requirements for the CFM exam. You do have to have at least 5 years of experience in facility management in order to be eligible to apply. So we like to say that you should have at least 5 years of experience in majority of these 11 competencies. Now, you may not have, you may not be strong in some competencies, or, you may be stronger in others. IFMA does offer individual courses in each one of these competencies to help you prepare for the CFM exam. So you heard me mention the self-assessment tool in the previous slides. That self-assessment is going to help you understand where your gaps in knowledge are in each one of these competencies. Then after you complete that self-assessment, it will suggest one of these courses to help you fill those gaps. So as you take that self-assessment, you may be completely proficient in, everything in this top row, but maybe you are not as proficient in sustainability, real estate, or performance and quality. You have the option of purchasing each one of these individual courses to help you fill those gaps. This is not required to sit for the CFM exam. The only requirement you have is to meet the eligibility requirements. If you meet those eligibility requirements, you are able to sit for the CFM exam. You will submit your application, and then you will schedule, once it's approved, you will schedule your exam. If you want to prepare for the CFM exam, these individual courses can help you do that. We also have courses to help you understand the methodology behind the CFM exam. So if you want to understand how the questions are asked, if you want practice in a computer-based exam, we have courses to help you through those options. So the virtual CFM exam workshop is there to help you understand the methodology. It is led by an instructor. And then we have a CFM practice exam that you can purchase to get practice in taking a computer-based exam. So IFMA offers multiple ways to help you prepare for the CFM exam, but these courses are not required to sit for that CFM exam. So it's a very big distinction between this and the FMP. So if you meet eligibility requirements, you are able to sit for the exam. If you want to prepare, these courses can help you prepare for that exam. And I should mention also that IFMA is offering a free retake of the CFM exam. Of course, everyone's ideal goal is to pass the CFM exam on the first try. If that does not happen, you can retake that exam at no charge. IFMA does offer a complimentary retake. So if you are maybe hesitant about applying, hopefully this gives you a little bit more of a confidence boost to go ahead and submit that application and sit for that exam, knowing that you have a free chance to retake that exam if you fail the first time. So, to help you better understand what is your return on investment for IFMA credentials, these facts and figures come from a recent salary and ROI report that IFMA conducted. It was just launched in September of this year. So, this is very recent information. This is a survey that IFMA conducted to all individuals that had the one of IFMA's credentials. And so from this feedback, it was determined that the average 5-year ROI for an IFMA credential is 16 to 1. 40% of credential holders received a promotion after achieving their credential. It's not guaranteed that you will receive that promotion, but 40% of the individuals that attained a credential did get the promotion they were hoping to receive after going through the IFMA education. And then the average increased yearly salary for IFMA credential holders is about 5,000 US dollars. So if this is something, if this is a goal for you for 2023 to reach that next promotion, to earn a little bit more, then pursuing education with IFMA and credentialing can be a way to help you achieve that next level within your career. It is not guaranteed, but it is something that can help you. So you heard me mention earlier that IFMA has partners globally for our training. So all of these programs that I mentioned today can be taken online via self-study. You can purchase those programs yourself today. You can pursue those courses online. IFMA also has classroom options if you are someone that wants to learn, or you learn better in a classroom setting with an instructor helping you understand these concepts. We do offer classroom courses as well as virtual courses. And these are conducted by IFMA's education training affiliates. So those can be colleges and universities, those can be IFMA's chapters, or these are training organizations in other countries that IFMA has vetted and decided to work with based on their quality and reputation. So if you are looking for a classroom or virtual course in your local city, please verify they are an approved IFMA education training affiliate. There are a number of organizations out there that are claiming they offer FMP training or CFM training. However, if they are not on IFMA's approved list, then I cannot guarantee you what materials you're receiving. I can't guarantee who that person teaching you is. And then I can't guarantee you that, you're going to be getting the value of those programs if it's not an IFMA education training affiliate. So we have a number of training organizations we work with globally. That website on the bottom will take you to our partners. And if you do not see an organization on that list, please make sure that you can reach out to myself or the others at IFMA to verify. But when you work with an approved training provider, you are getting IFMA's materials and courses, and you are getting classes that are taught by approved IFMA instructors. So the quality of the course that you receive in Singapore or Dubai is going to be the same as you receive in Houston, Texas, or Paris, France. So it's very important that you are working with an approved education training affiliate. And then we have some special end of year savings for those on this call today. If you use the discount code You're Learning 50, you can receive $50 off our Essentials of FM course or any one core competency course. And then Your Learning 100 will give you $100 off the FMP bundle, so all 4 courses, the SFP, or the bundle of core competency courses. So those 7 core competency courses outside of the ones that make up the FMP, we do offer a bundle of those 7 courses to help you save even more. And if you on this call already have your FMP and you're looking to sit for the CFM exam, we do offer you an even deeper discount for purchasing those 7 core competency bundles. So please reach out to us for that specific code, because we offer you an even bigger discount if you already have your FMP. These are valid through the end of December, and you do not have to be a member to utilize any of these discounts. You do not have to be a member to pursue any of IFMA's training. You do receive discounts and full member pricing on these courses if you are a member of IFMA, but it is not required. And we also offer discounts for groups of 2 or more. So if you have a colleague that is also interested in the training, please reach out to IFMA and we can provide you the best price for those that have 2 or more that are interested in the training. So that is the end of the presentation today. It looked like we had maybe just a couple questions that came through while I was talking. One individual had asked if there was a specific chapter in Pakistan. We do not have a specific chapter in Pakistan, but if that's something that you are passionate about and looking to maybe establish a chapter, you can reach out to IFMA and we can talk through the process of establishing a chapter in your local city. And one question that we typically get is what's the right path for me, FMP or CFM? Again, it's going to come down to the experience level you have. If you have more than 5 years of experience in FM, it is likely you are eligible for the CFM exam. However, if you are not confident yet in sitting for that exam, a great place to start is that self-assessment tool to understand where your gaps in knowledge are. If you find you have gaps in the foundational competencies, the FMP might be a better place for you to start. If you have the knowledge in the foundational competencies, but maybe you don't quite have the 5 years of experience yet, then you can look at those other individual competency courses to understand, help prepare you for that CFM exam. Do you want to continue to upskill in those other competencies? It's a way to round out your entire knowledge in the FM body of knowledge. So each one of those independent courses is a great option to look at and pursue to upskill in those competencies. So that seems to be all of the questions that I've seen come through. Oh, one more person. Does the CFM exam have changes like the SFP? And if yes, when will that happen? So yes, when IFMA conducts a job task analysis, that is the basis for updating all of our credentialing and our content. And it was the CFM exam is the first thing that was done. So that has already been updated, and all of that is good to go. There is no updates for the CFM exam within the next couple of years. IFMA is going to work on on launching our next job task analysis. And from that then work towards updating our credentialing program, but that is a few years down the line. So the CFM has already been updated from our most recent job task analysis. The SFP was kind of the last credential to be done. And so that's why those content updates launched just within November. But yes, that job task analysis is something that is always we're using to update our credentialing programs to make sure that you are receiving the most recent knowledge, trends within the industry, that you're receiving the most current education within FM. Great question. That's a very great question. Okay. Well, that looks like all the questions. If you think of something after this presentation, I'm happy to answer anything. You can reach out to IFMA as well as post it in the LinkedIn chat, and I like to go back and answer each of those questions writtenly as well. So thank you all for joining, and I hope to see you next month for our next webinar session. Thank you.